Okay guys, so this is like a quick, I will say it's quick, but it's probably not gonna be quick. But I got a video recommendation from my sweet, lovely, amazing, talented, fucking gorgeous, best human being ever, my fave, little Alex. She's not little, but I like to call her little Alex. Alex, my sweet roommate that I love so much and I miss so much. She gave me a recommendation for a video, and of course I have to come through. So Alex is an amazing writer. Like, she writes so good. Like, her writing puts me to shame. Like, she's so great. And even though she's so amazing, she still wants to better her talents. So she asked me to compile a list of books that would help her better her writing. So I just want to put together a little list of authors who they just put the story together and just amazing. So here's my list. Okay, so book number 1. It's my favorite author. I'm doing this, okay, everything is besides J.K. Rowling, because I love J.K. Rowling. I love her writing. Harry Potter is my favorite book, but not only do I love Harry Potter, but I also do love her other series, which is an adult series, which is mystery. Rowell, I said Rainbow Rowell. J.K. Rowling is an amazing author. I love reading all of her stories. I will say that in the adult version and sometimes in Harry Potter, she kind of does like pull things, like she drags some things, but I feel like that's the sort of writer that I am, so that's why I still love her. But sometimes I'm just like, oh my god, get to the point. But that doesn't make her a bad writer. I still love her. She's still my favorite. But my second favorite is Sarah J. Maas, who wrote the Throne of Glass series. The first few books, I would honestly say that they are series. But you don't necessarily have to read the series if you don't want to. I know that my sweet and lovely, beautiful Alex might not want to read a whole entire series, especially since the series is still dragging on. The Throne of Glass series is, like, honestly up there with my, like, #1 favorite series, and the book is coming out in September, and I don't understand how I'm going to, how am I supposed to study and read, whatever. But, anyways, the way that she writes her characters are just so amazing. They are not one-dimensional. Like, you see, like, characters and sometimes you're just gonna be like, oh, well, she's just a girl who likes to read. But the main character, Selena Sardathian, she is an assassin who loves to read. She even had like a part in this story where she was talking about her period, which a lot of authors don't talk about. Like, she gets very deep and personal with all the characters in her story, where you really do get to know them as people and not just as characters in a story. The way that she writes out the characters is in a way that, like, she doesn't drag it, she doesn't stress anything out. She just throws in tidbits of information during, like, natural dialogue and everything. And I just really like how she just forms everything. It's the way she writes is very put together. It's very organized and strategic, but it's just beautiful. It's totally and completely beautiful. I fucking love reading her stories. It's the Throne of Glass series, and she also has a series that's up there. It's A Court of Thorns and Roses. I did a whole video on my review, totally spoiler review of the story. But even though I did have complaints about A Court of Thorns and Roses, because I do not like no dainty ass bitch, and that's who the main character was in the first story. Sarah J. Maas has an amazing writing, and the way that she describes all of the worlds in the stories is always so beautiful and so put together. I love Sarah J. Maas, and I feel like she's a great person to, like, emulate her writing. Next is Cassandra Clare. Cassandra Clare, she wrote the Mortal Instruments series, and this series, this is the main series, and then she has a series that is told in the past, like I think it's the 1800s, and then a series that's written in now 2017. All of those fucking series are so good. amazingly good. Once again, I don't know if you want to read a series, but it's fucking good. Again, you can just read one book to see how she writes. But the way she writes, she really creates worlds. Like, okay, so I really do not know how I can properly explain this, but just to tell my experience, I remember the moment I started reading City of Bones. I was in a bus. It was a shuttle bus because the weekends the MTA fucking sucks. And I was in a shuttle bus and I was listening to the audiobook, and I just started listening to the audiobook. And there was only a few words in, and I felt like I was taken into this whole new world. I really don't even know how she did it, but my mind went someplace else every time I read this story and read any book in the series. Like, and sometimes I find myself wanting to just read more and to just get back into the life of the Mortal Instrument series and all this, the world of mystic and magic. And I'm a sci-fi nerd, so a lot of these books are just sci-fi shit, but it's just amazing. Sci-fi, fantasy, all that good shit. It was just really good. The way she writes stories, it's completely amazing. Even though I did have a problem with the series, I have a spoiler, so if you want to like block it out, you can. But there's just heavy, and she writes a shit ton about incest. I don't know what's wrong with this bitch, but she be writing about incest. And I also heard that she was a mean person. I don't know from personal experience, but I heard it, and I don't know how, if she actually is, but mean people do write good shit, so. But it still bothers me that someone's mean. I mean, people shouldn't be mean. Anyways, this is another series. How many? 4 books in this series. I feel like it's a quick read. All of the pages, it's very short in comparison. You see? Yeah. This is the shortest book of the Throne of Glass series because it gets bigger. Trust me, it gets bigger. The last book, no. One book was 400 or 500 pages. It was amazing. But anyways, these books is so short. It's sort of like contemporary fantasy. It's really good. I really liked reading The Raven's Boys. Sorry, I didn't even say the title. It's The Raven's Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I don't know. I'm just gonna put everything. All the books are in the description. The characters in these stories are very beloved. Alex, since I'm doing this whole thing for you, you know how much we love witches and whole like mythical, magical, like all that shit. This is what's in this story. So the main character, her name is Blue Sergeant, and her mom's clairvoyant, and like she has other women that live in her house that are also like fortune tellers. They do tarot cards. There's mythology. Alex, this is everything that we really do like to read. I mean, like to knowledge and fill all that shit. I read this book this time, like a complete year ago. I started to read this series, and I went through this book so quickly, and I absolutely loved it. And there's an audiobook for it, and I'll teach you how to do this, Alex, if you want. There's an audiobook for a lot of these books, so I'll just teach you how to do it later. But this book is really good, and this is like my #1 recommendation for you, because I feel like you can read them very, very, very quickly. Okay. Next, because we love the gay, it's Aristotle and Dante Discover the Universe. Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin. I'm sorry. Alire. Sáenz. I can't. It's gonna be in the description. But this story is about these 2 boys, Aristotle and Dante. They both have a Hispanic background, but I don't remember if they're I think they're Mexican. It's a whole coming of age story where these 2 boys, they start realizing things about themselves, and the way that the story is put together, it's so beautiful. Like I don't like this story made me fucking cry. Like the way everything is written, it's very it reaches your heart. It makes you feel things. Alex, you are going to cry if you read this book, but cry in the best way possible. It's not like terror, it's not sad, it's not heartbreaking. It's just so fucking sweet and so beautiful and so well written and so well put together, and it doesn't like hide from things. It's just very out there and open, and it's so sexy. It's not sexy like ooh fuck that's sexy. It's like, oh, it's so sexy and well written. It's sexy. That's how sexy it is. It's sexy, well written. Okay, the next is Rainbow Rowell. Now, Rainbow Rowell has written one of my all-time favorite books, which is Fangirl. Now, I do not know if you, my sweet buddy Alex, would like Fangirl or anything by Rainbow Rowell. Actually, you might like something by Rainbow Rowell. Let me not say that. But I know that you probably won't like Fangirl, because Fangirl is about this girl, Cather, who's going away to school with her twin sister, and her twin sister decides that she does not want to be sisters. She wants to live her own life. So it's her going to college all by herself, even though she has a twin sister. And it's like I've read this book so many times before going away to school, because I wanted to understand the experience of going away to school. Cather is actually, you might like it. She writes fan fiction. She writes fan fiction, and she's also an English major, so she writes like personally, and she also writes fan fiction. Well, you'll see. And of course, it's a romance story, so she develops feelings for this motherfucker, and he's actually pretty cool. I like him, but it's really cute. It's really cool. It's very it was very nice for me to read this book. I read this book so many times before going away to school. And then I took this book with me. It was on my desk for such a long time, and I never picked it up, so that's why I decided to bring it home. And because it was just on my desk, now it has a discoloration. Like, they're different. It was really nice reading this book before I went away to school, so if anyone's about to go away to school, I have a friend that's going away to school. I should force her to read this book. It's so good. But yeah. Alright, other books by Rainbow Rowell are Landline. Landline is about this, Landline is about this woman who is a let me wait. Landline is about this woman who finds this magical landline, this magical telephone that gives her insight of her life in the past. It's a magical phone that she can listen to some moments in her past so that she can better fix her present. I really liked reading this story. I thought it was very thoughtful, and it was sweet. I'm trying to remember how. Oh yeah, it was like fixing her marriage and her life and like everything, and it was really nice. It was so nice. I liked how it ended. It made me very happy. It's like a whole universal thing. Like, it's universal. It's like, okay, you meet this one person, and next thing you know, it comes back to you. You know, it's like one of those things. I like those stories. Next is Eleanor and Park. Eleanor and Park are about these... Eleanor, Park. About these two kids who are in school, and she has a hard life and he wants to help her out. And it's honestly, I will say that Eleanor Park was not my favorite, but like the fucking art in this story like is dope as fuck. It was really cute to read, but I won't say that it like struck my heartstrings, especially since I only remember how it ends. I don't remember a lot of the in-between, but I know that I vibed with Eleanor because she had her home life was very difficult, as mine is, and I sympathized with her. And oh yeah, now I remember, I sympathized with her and he cared about her, and I was like, how nice would it be for me to have him to help me? Like, it was nice. That's what I remember. That's it. Next is Attachments. Attachments is a story about this guy who You know when you have to go to HR when you work in an office and stuff like that, and there's like a guy who screens all the emails, and this guy, he started falling in love with this girl because of all the emails that he was reading, and it sounds really creepy, but I remember I was reading it and I felt like it was very nice, because he like fell in love with her because of the emails that she sent, because it showed her personality. It's sort of like you know, like going online and creeping on somebody for a really long time and then starting to develop feelings for them. I don't know why or how it ended nice now that I'm saying it out loud, but it ended in a really nice way. I think that they met each other outside. I don't remember how they fell in love, because that is kind of creepy. To really start liking somebody because of the internet stuff. We all do it. We all do it. Next, I'll Give You the Sun. It's another gay story, but not only is it gay, but it's about siblings coming back together. It's very sweet. There are these two twins. There are these twins who were super inseparable for a very long time, and then they started separating from each other, and they both don't really know why they separated from each other. So it tells a story from the past and the present about how what happened, what separated them, and how they got together. It's really sweet. It's really nice. Reading the story made me very happy. It made me very, very happy. It was very well written, and you will start falling for the characters because the characters are so beautiful. And you see they got the what are you? I'm not even wearing my glasses. Why am I trying to read this? American Library Association. No, that's not it. Michelle. Nope. That's not. Stonewall Honor Book. They got the trophies, so you know they did something right. But that's it. I really think that you should read these books, or at least check them out on the interwebs and see how you like them. They are real. Check the books out on the interwebs and see how you like it, because I thought that they were really good and very thoughtful. All these books out of my whole library are the books that I picked out just for you, Alex. I was gonna say your whole name. People don't need to know you like that, but you're welcome, and I love you a lot, and I'll see you in a month, and I get to bother you every day. I'm so excited. Bye.